Imagine you're lost in a snowstorm in rural Japan. The wind howls. The world is nothing but white. And then, you see her. A tall, beautiful woman in a white kimono, skin as pale as snow, long black hair blowing in the wind, her body leaving no footprints behind. This is Yuki-onna, the snow woman. In Japanese folklore, Yuki-onna is a winter spirit, a snow ghost, or a yokai that appears on freezing, snowy nights. She looks unreal, inhumanly pale, almost transparent, with dark hair and lips that can look blue from the cold. She can float across the snow without leaving any trace, and in some stories, she has no feet at all, just like many traditional Japanese ghosts. Sometimes she is described as wearing a white kimono. Other times, her body blends so perfectly with the snow that only her face and hair stand out in the darkness. So who or what is Yuki-onna? In many legends, she is the spirit of someone who died in a snowstorm, a woman who collapsed in the snow and never made it home. Her soul fused with winter itself, returning as a ghost that wanders icy fields, mountain paths, and lonely villages. Her powers are terrifying. She can freeze people to death with her icy breath, lead travelers deeper into blizzards until they collapse from the cold, slip into houses on stormy nights as a blast of wind and kill people in their sleep. In some stories, she appears holding a child and begs a passerby to take the baby. But once the victim holds the child, it becomes heavier and heavier, until their strength is gone and they die in the snow. Parents warn their children, don't follow strange women in white on snowy nights. It could be Yuki-onna. But like many Japanese spirits, Yuki-onna isn't always purely evil. Her personality changes depending on the story and the region. Sometimes she is a snow vampire, draining a victim's life force after freezing them. Sometimes she is a cruel bogey woman who hunts children who wander too far into the snow. Sometimes she is a tragic, lonely spirit who longs for warmth and love, but can never truly live among humans. One of the most famous versions of Yuki-onna was retold by Lafcadio Hearn. In his story, two woodcutters are trapped in a blizzard. A snow woman appears, breathes on the older man, and kills him instantly. When she looks at the younger man, she decides to spare him because of his youth and beauty, but she makes him promise never to tell anyone what he saw. Years later, he marries a mysterious, beautiful woman. They have children and live happily. Until one night, he tells her the old story of the snow woman in the storm. As he speaks, he realizes, too late, that his wife looks exactly like the spirit he saw years ago. She reveals the truth. She is Yuki-onna. Because he broke his promise, she wants to kill him. But when she looks at their sleeping children, she stops. Out of love for the children, she spares his life, but disappears into the snow, never to return. In that version, Yuki-onna isn't just a monster. She's a tragic, divided being. Half winter ghost, half human wife. Half killer, half mother. In other regions, she appears as a beggar during light snowfall, asking for hot or cold water. If someone gives her cold water, she swells and grows larger. If they give her hot water, she melts and vanishes. Sometimes she is an elegant young woman. Sometimes an old snow hag. Sometimes a princess from the moon who came down riding the snowfall and can't go back. What stays the same is the feeling she brings, the beauty and danger of winter. Yuki-onna is winter personified, calm, silent, breathtakingly beautiful, but deadly if you stay in it too long. She also reflects a deeper theme in Japanese ghost stories: love, promises, and the consequences of breaking them. When humans betray trust, ignore warnings, or disrespect nature, spirits like Yuki-onna become the answer, a cold, poetic form of punishment. In modern times, Yuki-onna appears in movies, anime, games, and manga. Sometimes she's a horror icon. Sometimes she's reimagined as a lonely, misunderstood snow girl, torn between her ghostly nature and her desire to be loved. But the core image never changes: a woman in white, standing in the snow, waiting for someone to cross her path. Tell me in the comments, do you think Yuki-onna is an evil winter demon, or a tragic spirit, punished forever by the cold? This is Black Butterfly Key, where even a snowstorm can have a face and a story. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more yokai, ghost stories, and dark legends from Japan and beyond.